Happy New Year, my friends. You know, I'll be honest, I've never really been a fan of New Year's celebrations, not anymore at least. 2 years ago, around this time, something happened that changed everything for me. We had just wrapped up the holidays, and I was thinking about all the resolutions we'd made together. Life felt solid, but then, out of nowhere, she left. No warning, no big fight, just gone. That breakup hit me like a truck. And what made it worse? The silence that followed. I had so many questions swirling in my head. What is she thinking? Does she even miss me? Was it all just nothing to her? That silence was deafening, and it taught me something powerful. It's during this quiet, no contact phase that the real magic or pain happens. That's when I realized something. What your ex is thinking during no contact is not what you might expect. So if you're sitting there wondering what's going on in their mind, let's break it down. I'll walk you through each stage like we're sitting down for coffee. And trust me, by the end, you're gonna have a whole new perspective. Stage 1, relief. Freedom, but for how long? When a breakup happens, the first thing your ex feels is relief. Yep, I know, it stings to hear that, but hear me out. Think of it like finally removing a pair of shoes that have been pinching for hours. The tension of the relationship is gone, and for them, it feels like a release. This phase doesn't mean they didn't care about you. It just means the emotional buildup was overwhelming. It's like hitting pause on a really intense movie. You need a moment to breathe. But here's the catch, relief is temporary, because as much as they might enjoy the quiet at first, something else creeps in. Think about how you felt after quitting a stressful job or ending a tough project. At first you're relieved, but then you start missing the purpose it gave you. That's exactly what happens here. Your ex might enjoy the initial space, but the routine you once shared, the good morning text, the inside jokes, they don't just disappear. They start to notice the absence of those little things. And this is why no contact is so powerful. If you reach out during this phase, you interrupt that process. Let them live in that relief for a while. Because trust me, it doesn't last. Stage 2, overconfidence. I've got this, or do I? Alright, let's talk about this phase. After the initial relief of the breakup, your ex might feel like they've made the right decision. They're probably telling themselves, this is what I needed, I'm finally free. It's like when you've been holding onto a heavy backpack all day and then you drop it. For a moment, it feels amazing, but overconfidence is often a cover for something deeper. Think about a time when you had to act like you were totally fine, maybe after a tough moment at work or a fight with a close friend. You might have smiled, gone out, even posted that everything's great selfie, but deep down, you were just trying to avoid how you really felt. That's what your ex is doing now. During this phase, they're likely testing their newfound freedom. Maybe they're going out more, meeting new people, or posting on social media to show how happy they are. You've seen it before, right? That sudden burst of activity that screams, "Look at me, I'm thriving!" But here's the secret. Overconfidence fades when there's no reaction to fuel it. Your silence in this stage is your superpower. When you don't respond, you're flipping the script. They start wondering why you're not chasing them or reacting to their posts. And that's when it hits them. They're not as in control as they thought. They've been telling themselves they've moved on, but your lack of response plants the first seed of doubt. This stage is crucial because it sets the stage for what's next, curiosity. And trust me, curiosity is where the real shift begins. Stage 3, curiosity. What are they up to? Now, this is where things start getting interesting. By now, the overconfidence bubble has burst, and your ex is left with a question they can't ignore. What are they doing? Have they moved on? Are they happier without me? This phase reminds me of when you misplace your phone. At first, you're fine. You think, I'll find it later. But as the hours go by, panic creeps in. What if someone's trying to reach me? What if I'm missing something important? It's not even about the phone, it's about the emptiness it leaves behind. Your ex is feeling that same void. They've lost access to the parts of their life that you filled, the inside jokes, the late night talks, the way you knew exactly how to brighten their day. And now, they're left wondering if someone else has taken your place. At this point, they might start subtly checking up on you. Maybe they scroll through your social media, looking for hints. Or they ask mutual friends, have you heard from them? It's like they're trying to solve a puzzle, but they're missing all the pieces. And here's the science behind this. When we lose something we value, our brain amplifies its importance. It's a survival mechanism. That's why your silence is so powerful. It creates a gap they can't ignore. But don't let this fool you into thinking it's time to break no contact. This curiosity needs time to grow. Let them sit with their questions, because once curiosity builds, it naturally leads to the next stage: doubt and fear. Stage 4, doubt and fear. Did I make a mistake? Here's where the emotional roller coaster gets intense. Curiosity turns into doubt, and doubt morphs into fear. Your ex starts questioning everything. Did I make a mistake? What if they've moved on? What if I've lost them for good? Think about a time when you lost something really valuable, like your wallet or your keys. At first, you're annoyed, but then, as you keep searching and still can't find it, panic sets in. You start replaying every moment, wondering where you went wrong. That's exactly what's happening in your ex's mind right now, except this time, it's not about a wallet, it's about you. This fear of loss is one of the strongest motivators in human psychology. It's the fear that something meaningful is slipping away forever, and it's during this stage that your ex is most likely to reach out. It might start small, a "hey, just checking in" text, or a random like on your post. These little breadcrumbs are their way of testing the waters, trying to see if the door is still open, but how you respond matters. Don't rush back into old patterns or give them the satisfaction of knowing you've been waiting. Show them that you've used this time to grow, to reflect, and to rebuild yourself. Because no contact isn't about punishing them or playing games. It's about creating space for both of you to gain clarity. It's about showing them and yourself that your value doesn't depend on their presence. Stage 5. No contact is about you too. Alright, let's pause for a moment. We've been talking a lot about what your ex might be thinking, but let me flip the script here. This isn't just about them, it's also about you. Think about it. After a breakup, it's easy to get caught up in their thoughts, their actions, their social media posts. But no contact, it's your chance to take the spotlight back. It's like hitting the reset button, not on the relationship, but on your life. Remember the last time you cleaned out your closet? At first it's overwhelming. Stuff everywhere, memories tied to old things you forgot you even had. But once it's done, you feel lighter, freer, like you've made room for something new. That's what focusing on yourself during this time is like. Use this phase to heal, to rediscover what makes you you. What hobbies did you push aside? What dreams did you put on hold? When you focus on rebuilding your confidence and living your best life, two things happen. First, you show your ex and the world what they're missing. But more importantly, you show yourself that you're enough, with or without them. But the best relationships are built between two whole, confident people. If you come back together, it should be from a place of strength, not need. And if you don't, well, you'll be so grounded in your growth that it won't even matter. So here we are, my friend, at the start of a new year. And I know breakups can feel like endings, but they're also beginnings. This year is yours to take back. Focus on healing, growing, and thriving. Don't worry about what they're thinking. Worry about what you're becoming. Because when you focus on yourself, the right people, the right opportunities, and the right love will find their way to you.